The interior of Oman is characterized by the impressive Hajar mountain range and was historically the religious center of the country, ruled by a series of leaders called imams. The former capital of Oman, Nizwa, in the interior of the country, was ruled by these imams in the 6th and 7th centuries. It was also the trading crossroads for much of the rest of the country. I travelled to Nizwa with Yasser, a local Omani, to explore this historical region. Nizwa Souq is one of the oldest in the country, and there is still a part of the souk that hasn't been restored, so you get an incredible insight into what local market life was like.
This is the old part, which is about 300 years old. In this old part, you can see the difference between the new generation and the old generation. In the new generation, they changed the shop with the new designs. In the old shops, which is the old generation staying there, it looks still same like 100 years ago. Saffron, they have a different. This be the one of the high quality.
This high quality.
That smells incredible. Just walked into absolute heaven. So you've got so many different kinds. How many types of dates are there here? Many.
We have 64.
64 types of dates in Oman. Oh wow, that's a lot.
This one, which is the less sugar for people who have a diabetes.
Which will be me after I eat all these dates. These are all absolutely delicious. I could eat so many of these. My favourite is the bunarinya, so I'm definitely going to get a bag of these and have one more. What is that? Tahini. Tahini paste.
Yes.
I like tahini paste. There's sesame seeds.
And then, yeah. Mamma mia!
So what is halwa?
Halwa, it is our Omani sweets. It's a special sweets, and normally we use it for the wedding or something special. If we invite some guests, important guests at home, we give a halwa. And we are in the factory, which is one of the famous factory in Nizwa, and the shop where they sell halwa. They call it Sefi. The name is there. And these things, what we use to make a halwa.
So you've got nuts, saffron, cardamom, sugar, starch, water, rose water. Ooh. It's literally like a sweet jelly. That's incredible. Sweet, you can really taste saffron and you can really taste the rose water that comes through. Absolutely delicious. This is a special one that I'm going to get as a gift to take home. I'm sure my gran would like that. You can also choose to buy it in one of these very ornate pots, and then you can use it afterwards. It's got very beautiful Omani designs. Nizwa Fort was built in the 17th century by Imam bin Saif al-Yarubi, but the fort's underlying structure is a castle that dates all the way back to the 9th century. The fort was built to guard the city's strategic trade routes, and it has some creative defense mechanisms in place. Invaders that were able to penetrate the fort's entrance were met with a gruesome trap. If I was someone trying to get into the fort, I would wouldn't see this hole, and I would be met with a boiling hot date syrup that would be poured all over me, and it wouldn't be very fun, would it? Probably be the end of me. The view is absolutely incredible from up here. You can see the old town, the old part of Nizwa and the ruins, and there are so many palm trees as well. It's a really stunning view. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Marhaba.
Marhabteen wa sahla.
We're sitting in what was a traditional room for entertaining guests.
Yes, what we call it majlis.
Majlis.
Yeah. Now normally we have a majlis like this one, like you see, which is be using for like celebration something, festival, married, somebody died, and also we have a similar, smaller in our house. When we have a people who coming from inside the country, from the regions, for them they like to be sit like how we are sitting now. And if we have our friends who is in Muscat, they like also to sit in the sofa, like in the model. Okay. Like this is Norman's, we have the models and the past.
What's the call to prayer saying?
This is the meaning, Allahu Akbar is the name of the God. Ashhadu anna la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah. We believe the Prophet Muhammad is the message from the God. Hayya ala salah, starting for prayer. Hayya ala falah, starting like for work. Allahu Akbar, again the same. It is like the name of the God, and the Prophet Muhammad is the message from the God.
The interior of Oman is where many traditional rural settlements were formed near the foothills of the Hajar Mountains. One village that still has ruins of mud brick houses is Birkat al Mouz.
Birkat al Mouz, it means a pool of banana. Barka, it means a pool. Mouz, it means banana. They have 3 villages, 1, 2, 3. This is the 3 old village, which is about 300 years old.
Wow, very old.
And also it's be covering now with date palms. Before, under the date palm is bananas.
So these are traditional mud brick houses?
Yes, and they're using normally is the mud and special kind of the grass, which is going from this village, which they mix it with this mud and some little bit stones to make it stronger.
Okay. I'm walking through the date palm plantation and it's so beautiful. It's got a real kind of tropical feel to it. It's actually past the season of date cultivation. So Yasser told me the season ends in June, but it's still beautiful to walk through here and you're just surrounded by all these incredible palm trees. So it's a real oasis. Dates are synonymous with Omani history and culture. As well as historically being an important source of income through exports, it's also a core part of Omani hospitality to welcome guests with dates.
أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة.
Wow, I've just found the traditional wooden roofs and you can actually still see some of the designs. They're actually still completely intact. So I'm just climbing the ruins. There aren't actually any stairs, so you have to be quite careful when you climb up, but if you can get high enough, you get absolutely beautiful, beautiful views from the top. Oh, wow. It's incredible. What an incredible, incredible view. The UNESCO-listed ancient irrigation system, Aflaj, runs through the village and is 5,000 years old. It's so inspiring to see these ancient water channels functioning to this day. and the connection that Omanis still have with it.
Wow,
It's all fresh.
I'm really fresh.
Where is the water coming from?
It's coming just behind that mountains, which is behind us.
Yes.
Which is like I say around 7 kilometers from here. It's like a natural spring
And it draws it from underground.
under the ground.
Wow, okay. And, then it goes
And
all through.
from the where springs, then they make these channels. And that channels, what we call it, the falaj.
The falaj.
The Jabal Akhdar mountain forms part of the Hajar mountain range and is known as the Green Mountain due to its abundant vegetation. There are still inhabited ancient villages on this mountain, and you can see the terraced farms devised by farmers who've lived here for hundreds of years. It's famous for cultivating pomegranates, apricots, and the famous rose from which the prized rose water is made. Visiting Nizwa and the surrounding mountains felt like stepping back in time. It's a place where ancient customs are still practiced to this day, and the incredible landscapes hold so much history and awe-inspiring beauty.